Good evening, Stampers. We're back in the studio this evening. Good evening, everybody. Oh my gosh. I am just getting everything set up here and making sure that I am on. So, how is everybody? Oh my gosh. When you guys said that I was going to be returning oops, sorry about that. Really cold weather. Oh my gosh. You weren't kidding. Although I told my husband after running through the airport with my luggage, the cold felt good. It really did. So I am here live. I am on Facebook, and I'd like to welcome all my Facebook and YouTube viewers. So welcome, everybody. Glad you joined us this evening, and I am an independent demonstrator from the United States. And my name is Judy Anderson from judystamps.com. And look at one of my team members got me this shirt, and it says "Be kind" on the bottom. I'm not going to lift the bottom up, but I was so excited when I received this shirt in the mail. We gift each other stuff all the time on my team, and we enjoy celebrating each other as well. So if you are watching on Facebook, make sure you say hello as you come on, and give me the thumbs up and hearts if you're loving what I'm teaching you tonight. And if you're a YouTube viewer, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell above so that you are notified every time I go live. We have viewers from all over the world, and I just enjoy sharing with you guys. So tonight is Tools and Techniques Thursday, and every Thursday evening I either show you a technique or we play with some tools that you may have in your stash that we like to bring out, or sometimes they're new. And tonight we're going to be playing with some tools, the punches. And punches, oh my gosh, you can create cards so quickly when you're using punches. And we are using the new Ladybug Builder Punch, which is right here. As you can see it, I love this punch, and we're going to be creating something, actually two things differently than ladybugs tonight. And then we are going to be using the Tulip Builder Punch, and this is found in our annual catalog on page 149. And we are going to be using that on the first project. On our second project, we will still be using the Ladybug Builder Punch, and we are going to be using the Medium Daisy Punch, and that's found on page 150 of the annual catalog. And then we are also going to be using the Dragonfly Builder Punch. And oh my gosh, yes, I panicked. I thought, oh no, it's not on there, but it is. It's not found on page 147 of the annual catalog. I just didn't flip my, I was like, I just saw it and I know it's in there, right? So I love bringing you guys these items. The Ladybug Builder Punch you can find on page 86 and page 20, and it coordinates with the Hello Ladybug stamp set found in our mini catalog. Now, if you don't have the mini catalog yet and you're not currently working with a demonstrator, give me a shout out and I will send it to you. I'd be happy to. So like I said, I'm back in the studio this evening. I have been away for about 10 days in sunny Arizona, where it was about 70 degrees every day. And I came back and it was below zero. I think it was 8 below when I walked outside of the airport. So quite a bit of a difference. But it was cold yesterday, but it's warming up a little bit today. So I want to remind you that it is celebration time. And here in the United States, with every $50 that you purchase, you can get a level 1 celebration item out of the celebration catalog. And oops, yeah, I have it right here, and that's here. If you don't have that also, let me know and I will get you one of those also. If you order $100, you can get a level 2. And if you have a party or you can earn special hostess rewards and a special hostess set with a qualifying order. So it's a great time, and it's also a great time to join my team. We have so much fun on my team. Like I was saying earlier, we cheer each other on. We like to gift each other this beautiful wreath back here that says "Be Happy." That is actually from one of my adopted team members, and that is a team member that lost her upline and she doesn't have anybody to help guide her. And we became friends. And when she lost her upline, I just adopted her and her team onto my team. So there's just a multiple different things that you can do. We enjoy just discount purchasers as well as those that would love to build a business, and we encourage both on our team. So no matter what you want, you know what, you can have it. And celebration is a great time because you get to choose 2 stamp sets, any 2 stamp sets out of our annual or our mini catalog right now that you choose in addition to the regular kit. So if you'd like some information on that, shoot me an email, contact me. I will have the information down below on how you can contact me. So what do you say? Let's get playing, okay? Let me flip my camera around. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be back in the studio and have my camera back. Working with my phone only is not the easiest thing. So we have our Hello Ladybug, and I have the Timeless Tulip. So we're going to be using both of those. I have tonight, my card base is going to be Poppy Parade, and then I have some Just Jade, and my card base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. A piece of Just Jade that measures 4 by 5.25. I have a piece of basic white that measures 3.75 by 5 inches. And then these are just some scraps that we're going to be using, as well as the black. Now we're going to start with this part. Now, like I said, I have showed you a couple times now in my lives making a ladybug. But I want to show you one way to make a bumblebee. You know, I am all about bumblebees, right? So I have a piece of basic black. It's just a scrap. Let me see. It's about 2 inches. I want to score it at just below 1 inch. Well, just about 1 inch, just a tidge, just a little smidge below 1 inch here. And I'm going to score it very lightly. Okay, it's not going to be a hard score. I just want to know how far to line up my yellow strips. So that's going to be my guide. So how I got that is I kind of measured this down about 1 inch. Well, it's not quite an inch. It's actually about 3/4 of an inch, but that's okay. It's going to, well, actually, when I go all the way down to the bottom where I'm supposed to go, it is about 1 inch. So I know that I want to line up all my yellow stripes below that. And I just took some cardstock, and this is crushed curry, and I just cut it in thin strips. Now we have our silicone mat, and our silicone mat is awesome, you guys. Glue doesn't stick to it. If it does, you just peel it right off. So when you're working with small pieces of cardstock like this, you want to use your silicone mat. Now, when I put this on, I want very little of our all-purpose liquid glue. Now, I'm going to let that tack up just a minute. So I am going to go ahead and grab another one and put some glue on it. And I don't think I have to go all the way to the edge because I think my strips are actually longer than my black. And we can cut out several bumblebees from this. And we're only going to be using one tonight, but I want to show you how easy it is to create some fun stuff, and you just have to do this part once. And I think we can punch 3 or 4 bumblebees out of this paper tonight. So I will have some extras to use on some future projects, but I will tell you what, if you join my team during this month, or actually during celebration, so during January or February, I will send you some of these bees in your packet, in your welcome packet from me. I love sending gifts. So when you join my team, I will send you some little things like bumblebees that you can use in your projects. Okay, so I am going to take this and I am going to actually lay the first one right along that line. And the reason why I'm doing that is so that you don't see that line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, lay that one there, and let's lay this one right next to it. So I want the black just about as even as my crushed curry lines. So I'm just going to just eyeball it, you guys. It doesn't have to be even. And see how quick and easy it is to lay this on with that liquid glue. We have 3, 4, and I think I'm going to do one more. So let's put that down, and we're going to actually let this dry a little bit. It's very smart to let your pieces kind of meld together before you start punching them, because when they're still a little bit wet, they can come apart. Although I will tell you, this liquid glue, it's just about impossible to take something apart. And you have some wiggle room with it. It's what I like about it. I like that it's not clear, that it is white. So we're going to put one more right along the bottom there. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it upside down and press really good. Okay, like I said, we're going to set that to the side while we work on the rest of our card and use our other punch. Okay. I am going to get my pieces over here. We're going to be using the vellum in just a minute. So we have these pieces, and I am going to layer them on like this. And I have this piece of Just Jade. Now with this piece of Just Jade, I'm going to go into my Timeless Tulips. And oh my gosh, look at this. I didn't even need to stamp any. See, when I stamp, I always take extras or stamp extras, and then I have them to use later. And you know what? I could actually use that, but I want them to be, my tulips to be Poppy Parade, and I want my leaves to be Just Jade. So this is the image that goes with the punch. Now you want to look upside down, and you want to look at your punch so that you know when you go to punch this out. I know that I'm actually going to be putting my paper in this way because I only want to punch those leaves. And this way, I don't have to, if I went down this way, I'd have to be kind of fussing with it. You could do it either way, but if you went up, you have to kind of cut that off. So I recommend making sure your piece is long enough, and this is just a scrap. So I know I want to be stamping these this way. Okay, so we're going to pull out our Just Jade ink and ink that up and stamp. And you should have something of cushioning underneath. If you're new to stamping with our photopolymer stamps, because they do not have any foam to them. So some people have a little bit of problems with getting a good image, but I find that if you ink it up like that and you hold it and press it, especially on smaller stamps. When I have a larger stamp, I do use either my Silicone Mat or my piercing mat. So I'm going to do 5 leaves tonight. I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. So, oops. Yeah, that's it. Get everything. So we are just going to be stamping this. Now, you could choose to stamp the leaves onto white cardstock also if you wanted, but I do want it tone on tone, and you see how when you do it tone on tone, it's just darker. So we're just lining this up just like that. You press on your punch just a little bit to hold it so that paper is not moving. Then you can take it and use both hands if you need to punch that out. Okay, and then I'm just going to move it down and continue on doing the rest of them. Now, I do love the builder punches because you get, you know, kind of 2 punches in one. You know, it's easier for storage. You know where your punches are that coordinate together. So, and I just love building on top of one another. Now, this set does have other leaves that you could stamp onto your base. We will not be doing that tonight, but I will be stamping the stems onto our card base. And so we have those. Next, I'm going to go ahead and we will be doing our Poppy Parade and the tulip. So I am doing the tulip onto white, onto the basic white, and I'm going to be putting it in this way. Okay, I got green ink on there, so we're going to flip this over, and I can punch in between. So I know that I want the base of my tulip along this bottom edge. So if you grab my Poppy Parade, I did re-ink my stamp pads already, you guys. You know, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about how, you know, this time of the year, twice a year, I re-ink my pads. And when I went out to Phoenix, we found that, now I'm going to show you right there, it didn't stamp good. And that's because I don't have a foam. So I'm getting my piercing mat. And, you know, that really doesn't bother me. And when I push, see how much better it is? So that's why you need a foam or some kind of cushioning, whether it is the piercing mat or if it is our silicone mat. Okay, so we're going to punch those out. Same thing. We're going to take it in. If you don't have strong hands, I want to show you something. You can place this on your work surface and just line that up, and you are going to tighten it again just a little bit, just like that, so it doesn't move, and then push down. And that's why I love the style of punch, because even my students that have weaker hands or wrists can use our punches. And so it's just so lovely. Now we go down till it doesn't move and press. So just like that, we have those 3 all punched out. Okay, so we have that. Now we're going to go to our card base. And like I said, some of our images are going to be stamped here right on our card base. So we're going to take out our stems from this stamp set. And you have 2 stems. You can use just 1 stem if you'd like. And we are going to be putting some tulips on here. But what's nice about the photopolymer, this one automatically curves this way, but we can take it and put it on our block and curve it the other way. I'm not going to tonight, but I will show you. So this is the natural curve if you actually wanted it. And you know, it doesn't even have to be straight. See how that's kind of wiggly? And you don't ruin your stamp. Okay, but we're going to do it just like that. Let's grab our Just Jade. And we are going to be putting a couple of these on here. So I'm going to put this here. And I'm just going to place my tulip there so I can see just about where I want it. Now I'm going to show you something, a little trick. And you know what? I think I am going to straighten it a little bit. Make this one a little bit straighter. Just a little bit of ink on my fingers. Always inky fingers, right? Put this one down here. I have a line there. We're going to fix that. We're just going to take this, curve it the other way just a little bit. I need to be careful when I'm stamping here because I usually don't use this block. I want to go up higher. So I'm actually, see that little line? I'm going to stamp right over it, and you guys aren't even going to see it anymore. Be very careful. Look at that. It went away. No mistakes in stamping, you guys, just opportunities. Good evening, Christine. How are you? Chris Joseph and Becky Moore. Hi. Oh, Becky, you're watching on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Okay, and you're going to notice right down here, I didn't get a good image, but I am not worried about that because I am going to be filling up the bottom with leaves, and the leaves are going to be possibly down, and you can turn these leaves in either direction, you guys, and it gives it a different look. So this one we are going to put up this way, and let's stick, oh, you know what? No, I don't want two of them on that one. I want only one. Let's see. We'll stick this one this way. I could even stick it so it comes out this way so it's fatter, but I don't want two in a row there. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. I could even flip it this way, and I think I'm going to do that with that one. And then we will have this one overlapping. Okay, we are going to be using our dimensionals. So let me grab those. Now I told you I was going to show you a little bit of a trick. I know I want this one this way and this one this way, but it looks like it's just steps right over the top of it. I don't want it to look like that. So I am actually going to take my stamp pad. I'm taking off my stamp, and I am putting it on a smaller block. And the reason being is I'm only going to be stamping this top part. Okay, so this is just a little trick. Just going to stamp that part way onto there so that when you put this over here, you're going to match it. And look, it looks like it's on this, the stem is on it. Oh my gosh. You know what? When I started doing that, it was like an aha moment for me. It was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have that. Now, the white around your tulips, you'll notice that our punches always leave like a little bit of a white line, but it's going to blend into the white background here. So we're not worrying about that. So our tulips, we're going to actually place the bottom onto our, right onto our stem, but I do want these rounded a little bit. And this is another little trick. So I'm going to round this one back that way. This one, I'm going to round up just a little bit, and you can do it either way. And this one, I'm going to go down. So we're going to have two going down and one coming up. I'm going to take my dimensional, and I'm going to place the dimensional, and you see me doing this quite often because I like, when I'm purposely wanting dimension, I do these little tricks. This one, I'm actually should have had my mini dimensionals. Nope, that's my big ones too. Where's my minis? I have 3 big ones and no minis today. Tisk, tisk, Judy. So I'm going to put those on the outside. I should have actually cut it in half. Would have been the smart thing to do because I want the edges up that way. Somebody be putting glue there. So let's get our tips off. I'm not done unpacking. I do have more than one take your pick tool, but I don't know where my second one is. Oh my gosh, you know, coming back on a trip, you know, I think you're all organizing stuff before you leave. You know, you pack your tools and pack what you think you need, and inevitably you always forget something. Okay, I want this just about so it lines up there so it doesn't look out of place. and I'm just rubbing the outside, and that is still curved. Okay, this one is going to be the same way. So we're going to do this on the edge here. And then when I come back, I unpack everything, and then I have to try to figure out what I did before I left. I'm actually going to put this one down just a little bit, and it'll be okay. I didn't want those the same height, but I think they turned out to be just about the same height. So I'm still kind of getting things together, and it'll be okay. It's my motto. Okay, and that one, it's popped up on the edges. Let me take my bone folder in the center. So it actually looks like it's coming out from those. Now you can do the same thing with your leaves. But I am just going to glue bits of the leaves. And this one I'm going to have come out of the bottom a little bit. So we're going to end up trimming that. And I should be doing this on my silicone mat. And this one we wanted to come out this way. Just right here. I don't like my pieces so firmly flat. Okay, and then we'll do this one. And we will have it come out up that way also. And I think I'm going to go ahead and throw this one on there. Only bits of it's going to show on there, and that's okay. Because I got it going off the edge. Okay, so that's all going off the edge. So we need to turn our mat around, and we're just going to trim those pieces off. You know, we've got that flat, that straight edge. Okay, and remember, we're matting this onto Just Jade. Okay, so we have that all put together. So let's put this together, and then we're going to do our bees. And you guys are going to love these bees. Oh my gosh, you know, whenever we have punches, I try making bees. I have made bees out of circle punches, out of scalloped circle punches, just all kinds of things. Okay, so you have that on. I'm going to wait for the verse on this. The whole idea is just teaching you guys about, reminding you about playing with punches again and some different ideas that you can do. I'm going to go ahead and mount this right here. And that is a great card just in itself, right? I'm going to take this on the back, and I like rubbing that. So it's a great card right by itself. And just put a sentiment on there, right? But we need bees. So let's get our black cardstock again. We have our black cardstock here. We have our vellum. So we have our bees. Let's cut off this excess. We don't need any of that. I'm making quite a mess, aren't I? This is where our head and our antenna are going to go. So we're just going to line this up right here and punch. Now this one, he's not quite straight. He's a little crooked, but that's okay. He looks going to look like he's flying crooked. I don't like things perfectly straight. I could line up just like this and punch. So it looks like we're going to get 3 bees out of this. Okay. And look, we don't have to. How many of you would have thought of doing all your strips at once and then punching? How easy is that, right? Oh my gosh, it saves so much time and aggravation. I'm going to be honest. And aggravation. Okay, so we have our little bee. Oh, but wait till we're done with them. Okay, so I am going to take my vellum and I am going to punch out some wings here, and I'm actually going to punch out 2. Okay, so we've got that one there, and I've got room for here because I'm not sure if I want double wings on this guy or if I just want single wings on him. So we have him or her. We're going to put her here just like this, just as if it was a ladybug, but we're not going to punch it. Look at that bee. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Oh, and so simple, you guys. So we're just going to put a little bit of our liquid glue here and wait. I've even made bees out of leaf punches and leaf dies. So we have that there. Now my idea is to cut a pair of wings in half, just like this, because bumblebees seem to have like a double wing, and we have that rounded spot right there. But we're going to reverse them like this. Oh, it's the same. Sorry. And I want to put them together. And I kind of want, now the wings don't line up when you flip them. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up this edge here, and my light's a little funky. Okay, so I am going to take my snips, and from that tip, I just want to round that and connect that right down. So I don't have that little flat spot. Then watch. Then we're going to glue this here and here, so he has double wings. But wait, I'm not done, you guys. I love playing with punches. I used to hold punch art classes, and I haven't done those lately. I know Chris enjoys punch art classes, so we are going to do just a little double wing, just like that. And we're going to let it dry before we do anything else. Okay, which is the top and which is the bottom. A little bit of glue. Then I'm going to get out the next part. So he's got those little double wings on him. Then we need some rhinestones. Oh my gosh, bees need rhinestones too. I know everybody always puts rhinestones on butterflies. Oh, let me grab. Oh, I hope I don't dump everything down. I have my little toolkit here, and I do have my take your pick tool. So I'm going to grab it. Okay, so for his antennae, we're going to use the medium for up here. Just too cute. I love this. You know, rhinestones are better on everything. And then right in the center, we're going to put one. And I'm hoping that this is glued down enough, because what I want to do is I kind of want to flap this up a little bit. You take my bone folder. I'm going to hold it, and I'm just going to kind of flap that up just a little bit. Like that. So you can actually tell that he has two sets of wings. You know, bumblebees do. They have that little flutter with that kind of make that buzzing sound when they kind of go around you, but isn't he cute? Okay, let's take him and well, I had my black dimensionals here. We're just going to use a white one, and let's put him on right like this. And then I'm going to stamp a little welcome right up there. But there is our little bee, and we're concentrating on the punches tonight. So there is our first card with the ladybug punch. Now our second card, let me move all this out of the way. All my stamps. Okay, so our second card, we are actually using these right here. So we have our soft succulent. We have our pink passion, basic white. I have a little bit of our pansy paper. Okay, and some of our polished pink, sorry. Okay, so we're going to get started with this. And first of all, I only need a small strip of the polished pink. Oh, let me see. Do I have a 4? Let's see if I have a 4 by 5 1/4 here. If I do, I might use a layer of that. 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to use this layer too. So let's trim down our white. What the heck? I'm going to trim down our basic white. So we're going to have a double layer on this card too. We're going to trim this down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches with our paper trimmer. I love our paper trimmer. Okay, the small one we don't carry. It's something from the past, but I love using it when I just need to do a little snippet. Okay, so we have our dragonfly builder. I'm taking this strip. I'm going to put it right down the center here because I only want the body. Okay, so you can use those 1/2 inch snippets that you have left over when you do your strips, when you cut down your mats. I am leaving those pieces on because I'm going to glue to that. That's going to be our body. Okay, then I'm going to take our ladybug and let's take our pansy paper. Now, I want the wings to be similar. So let's see if we can get this so that it is pretty similar. So I have some apricot and pink here. I don't think our wings are going to be really close. And this one is going to be mainly pink with a little bit of yellow. And that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm flipping this over. I want as much pink on this side as I can get. So we're going to go up like that. Okay, so we have that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some liquid glue here. And some liquid glue on this side. Can you guess what I'm doing? We are going to put this on this side. Just like that, covering those gaps up, and it can be at an angle. Oops. Where's my silicone mat? I need that silicone mat to put this down on. Okay, we're going to lay that there. This one here, we're going to lay down on this side. And can you guess what we are making? That's right, a little butterfly. Okay, so we're going to put that to the side. We have our stamp set. We have some ribbon here. In the stamp set, there is a daisy. Now, the daisy does not have a punch that per se that goes with it. Okay, we have a stamp set for our daisy punch. However, we are going to stamp some polished pink daisies and punch them out with our medium punch. Now, when we punch them out, you can tell this is one of the ones I just inked up. So it is real goobery. It is deep. Remember, if you watched me the other day, I was having trouble getting any color. Ooh, it's kind of too dark. So I'm going to stamp off and let's see what that looks like. No, I don't like that. Let me see. What are we going to do here? I do like it stamped off better. It just didn't come out even. I like that. I like that it's different. Let me grab some more cardstock. You know, I'm going to grab this small piece here because I can show you another technique. Oh, look it. We have some vellum on here. Oh, let me see. Let me grab a paper towel and wipe off my fingers. Hi, Denise. How are you? Oh, Chris, you love the bees. I know. Aren't they cute? And Chris, you are one that loves to punch and do punch art. So I know that you are going to come up with some even more items than what I came up with. I'm not done playing with this set yet, so I'm sure I will come up with some more. There we go. Do we like it light or do we like it darker? Let's try stamping it twice. It's see-through, so we can do that. I like that a little bit better. Let's do this one again. Okay. Now, remember I said our medium daisy punch will punch this out. It's not going to be exact, and it's not going to be the same size. And I had this lined up before. See how it lines up? But look, when I remove it, look how much is left behind. And that's okay, you guys. You know, it's okay. This piece is a little bit tighter, so let's get on. So it gives me a little wiggle room. There we go. So we have 2 of those punched out. Let's move this. We do have centers for this, so let's get our little center out, which is this little piece right here. And I'm going to get my Daffodil Delight. I want pink center or yellow centers and a really small block. So we want these nice and deep. So hopefully we'll get some deep. We might even put a little embellishment in that center there. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, we're going to get this card together. I think I'm going to want some more daisies. So you guys get to watch me stamp some more daisies. Oh dear. Okay, we have another piece of basic white. We can stamp quite a few daisies this way. My pad really is juicy. Now, I should have pointed out that with this punch, you want to try to get, when you put it in, these 2 petals are straight up and down. So you want to try to stamp this towards the end. Let's do a darker one. It's okay to have some dark ones too. So that is towards the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we need 5. So we'll do 2 dark ones and 3 lighter ones, right? Need odd numbers in my book. Okay, I'm going to close this up. I don't think we're going to do any stems. I did happen to come across some die cuts that we might use when I was going through some things, getting ready tonight. And I believe they are out of the posies. They were in my by my extra dies, and I didn't have them where they belonged. So I don't even know if we're going to use them. Okay, let's get our Daffodil Delight. Just had it. So yesterday was a real good day to be stamping inside and stamping here because of the cold weather. So I did play a little bit as I was unpacking. Okay, and we may not use all of these. I may end up stamping a few right here onto our card. And I think I'm going to go this way with it. So it is going to be a vertical card. Let's stamp off. And I want, oh, that one looked kind of weird. Flowers aren't perfect, so it's okay. I want this like it's a field of daisies. And you know what? We could even, I don't want to stamp on this because if I use it to glue again, I'm going to get ink all over. I usually have a graph paper on top of that. Let's stamp some down here, peeking out of the bottoms. Okay. There we go. So we have a lot of daisies. So let's put these on with dimensionals. And before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and assemble the card. Let's get that on. And you know, I have a bumblebee would look really cute on this card too, but I think I have a perfect, sunny sentiments. I love these sunny sentiments. And we have a happy hello to you. And I think that's what we're going to put on here in Memento. We need a touch of black. And I need to put my ribbon on yet. Make sure that that's good and black. I didn't re-ink this pad, and it is the pad that I brought with me. Just want to make sure, yeah. Okay, that's going to be good and dark. I don't know if it was from flying that affected it. I did pack them coming home, and funny story, you guys. So I come home, get ready to come home. I actually weighed my luggage because it was that close, because my friend has lemon, orange, and grapefruit trees in her yard. And those are my favorites. So I decided I was going to bring some home, right? Well, yeah. We weighed my luggage I weighed my luggage and it was over. So it's like, okay, what do I want to take out? Do I want to take my stamping stuff out or my clothes, or do I want to take the grapefruit and oranges out? So I opted to take out the grapefruit and oranges and lemons out. Now I'm going to tell you guys, these grapefruit that we got off our tree are huge. They're this big. I think I posted a picture of one the other day, but you really can't tell how big it is. My husband couldn't believe it when I came home. So I get to the airport. He says I'm at 49.4 with my suitcase. Sure enough, it's 57 pounds. So I not only carried my 15 pounds of grapefruit and oranges through the airport because I didn't bring my roller carry-on. I brought just an extra bag that I folded up in case I needed an extra bag. And I had to take out some shorts and tops that I didn't wear, and my stamping box. Well, my stamping box didn't fit into this bag. So I ended up having to carry it through the airport with my laptop and everything else. And my husband laughs at me. He goes, "Really?" He says, "You're going to tell me that you just didn't give up, the grapefruit and stuff?" And I says, "Absolutely not." I says, "These grapefruit fresh off the tree, I'm telling you, if you guys get a chance of having grapefruit and fruit right off the tree, you need to get it." And I know, Chris, you're going to Phoenix, next week? No, in a couple weeks. Chris is going to be heading out to Phoenix. So you know what, Chris, you need to make sure that you find some place that allows you to pick the fresh fruit off. Oh, okay. So we're going to, let me see. I don't know if I like the light ones as much on there. Okay, here's a dark one. I'll put this up here. Oh, and you know what? And I still have the butterfly to put on here, right? This one's good down here. So we have a bunch of flowers. Let's get our little butterfly. And I did get some glue, I noticed, on the outside here. So I'm taking my glue remover. And this is not a Stampin' Up! Product, but you can go to a office supply store and get that. Okay, so we have this, but once again, I need my rhinestones. You know, we could have even made a black body, but I like the pink. You know, I don't know if I like the pink body with all this pink. We have our blend. So we are going to take our blend and we are going to color our paper. Or better yet, I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to like the look of that. I'm not going to be happy. So we are just going to punch out of a piece of basic black real quick. No, we're not redoing the wings. Judy's going to cut the body. So it looks like a butterfly body. It's a little bit fatter than a dragonfly. Okay, right down like that. Some liquid glue. Always ways to fix it. I thought that, you know what? I thought the pink would be so cute. It'd be different. But I should have done my flowers a different color then. Should have done them a different color. Just lay this right over that other body. There we go. Just like that. Okay, we'll get our rhinestones now. Or take your pick tool. So do you guys enjoy playing with punches too? We're just going to put one each here. We'll do a couple down here. And if you do, what have you played with this punch? If you have, what have you made with it? Let me know in the comments. We're going to put these down here, just something a little bit different to jazz it up a little bit. You know, your butterflies are all different, so have fun with it. Okay, so I have that on. He does need some antennae though. So let's take, got this little guy. Watch what I do with him. I'm going to just cut off his wings. And right down the center here, I am going to cut. If I was thought ahead, I would have gotten some twine that we could have just put out from his nose. But look at that. Just by splitting that in half like that, the one antennae is a little bit big. It almost looks like a moth. Remember, your butterfly will have thinner antennae than your moths. So the light is kind of hitting this kind of crazy. There we go. Okay, just a little bit of liquid glue on the back here. And no one's going to see the pink body in the back, believe me. Unless you're a person that tears cards apart to see how they're made. Okay, so we got that. Let's get those little antennae out there. Just like that. Flap those up just a little bit. Hold them for just a second. We'll get our dimensional. Put that right there. And there's that card. Okay, so we made a butterfly tonight with this. And then we also made our bee, which flew away. You know, I cleared my spot off so well. Let me find him or her. Oh dear. Oh, I really did clear it off so I wouldn't get ink all over. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy. So, and then this is our little bee with the double wings and some rhinestones. And I even have extra bees to play with and an extra daisy. So I'm going to flip this back around, say good evening to all of you guys. So I hope you enjoyed tonight and you guys got some ideas on what you can do with some of your punches too. And so until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping.